What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tactics, and I just came back from the movie theater. I just finished watching the Avengers, and this is not really a movie review. I don't do movie reviews on this channel. I kind of just want to talk about it and give my own 2 cents on how I felt about the film. I absolutely loved it. This was awesome, like an awesome film. Um, I'm gonna kick myself for saying this, and a lot of you guys have already seen the tweet, but The Dark Knight Rises has some serious competition. After watching this film, like I was blown away. It was actually really good, and maybe I'm overselling it, but I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Didn't I wasn't crazy about the Thor movie. Wasn't crazy about Captain America. The Iron Man, the first Iron Man was dope. The Incredible Hulk was okay, but just all those characters collectively as a group in one movie just really did it for me. And I usually don't like movies that have, or even TV shows really, that have more than one superhero in it, right? Because then the focus is too scattered, right? And like I like when the focus and the attention is fixated on one individual person, like. But I guess based on how they did it, because like everyone had their individual movie, so you were able to like develop each story on its own and then bring them in as a group. Whereas with like movies like like X-Men, like which was good, like the recent one, the X-Men New Class or First Class or whatever. It was still good, but I like just when you have so many mutants or so many superheroes in one movie, and you like it's more focused on the group rather than the individual. And like it's like, okay, but like if you look at the individual, like Cyclops or whatever, there's a story behind him, but you never actually go into the story. Like, and like for the comic book heads, they don't really care about that kind of shit, because if you're a fan of the X-Men, then you probably know the back history of Cyclops or Wolverine or whatever the case may be, right? But for me, it's like, for me who's not really into the comics all that much, I would kind of like to see how each mutant came to be, or like what's each of their stories or whatever, right? But they never really dwell on any of that stuff. But anyway, that aside, the Avengers was awesome, and yeah, like I said, like I don't know, like based on the trailer, like I don't know, man. I'm usually very biased, and I'll admit that because I'm Team Batman all the way. But man, like I can't even argue it. I can't argue it right now until I see The Dark Knight Rises. Like I just can't. Like going into the like I remember going into the movie, I was like, "There's no way Avengers is gonna top The Dark Knight Rises." Like Dark Knight Rises is probably like the biggest, most anticipated film that's coming out this year. You know what I mean? Avengers aside, like there's no way it's gonna top it, right? After seeing the movie though, God, I don't know, man. I don't know. And it hurts me to say, man, because look, I'm Team Batman all the way, man. Shit. But I gotta admit, man, the Avengers was really good, and honestly, what made it really good, and I'm so glad that he reprised the role. I don't see why he wouldn't, but honestly, fucking Robert Downey Jr. is the fucking man. I love this guy. Like seriously, like he made that movie. Like it was like all like most of the funny moments. Like there's a lot of funny moments, not just pertaining to him, but him especially. Like the comedic timing and everything, that was just fucking perfect, right? Also the Hulk. The Hulk was fucking incredible in this movie, man. Like, and like the Hulk gets like overlooked a lot because of the fact that like the first Hulk movie was fucking terrible. No one even remembers that. The second one, I personally liked the remake that they did, but it just didn't get very good reviews. It wasn't very well received. So the Hulk was kind of like, people were kind of shitting on the Hulk based on the movies and stuff like that, and plus I don't really think any of the comics or the cartoons really did all that well. But because not putting the Hulk in an Avengers movie where like you have an alien invasion and like he's just going berserk on the city and all these aliens, it just worked on so many levels. It was like finally we get to see the Hulk in his greatest element, in his greatest form, where he's just fucking shit up. He doesn't even give a shit. He's just like smashing and shit, right? So the Hulk was actually one of my favorite characters in the film, aside from Iron Man, of course. Um, that being said, like for me, like it's funny because I find that like the like everyone like it was good. It was good because everyone, each of the Avengers all had their like their dominating um, roles. Like they each had like a chance to kind of like showcase why they're a valuable asset to the team. You know what I mean? Surprisingly, I was kind of a little skeptical of Black Widow and Hawkeye because in the trailer, like I saw like Black Widow, she had like the fucking these two regular pistols, and I'm like, I look at the aliens from the trailer, and these guys have like plasma guns and they're on ships and stuff like that, and I'm like, really, what is a fucking pistol gonna do against these dudes, right? And fucking Hawkeye, I'm like, this motherfucker just has arrows. I'm like, what? When you run out, you're fucking useless. You don't have any superpowers. You don't have any like special agility, as far as I know. You know what I mean? Like, eventually, your arrows are gonna run out, and then you're fucked. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stand on the sidelines and get the fuck out of the Hulk's way or whatever like that. But it worked. Like everyone was utilized very very well, and no one was really put to waste and everything. So it worked out okay. It worked out really well. And I really enjoyed it. It was a good roller coaster ride. I like how like at first they set it up where it's like the Avengers are just coming together, and like they're not exactly you know cool with this whole Avenger initiative thing, because they're like, a lot of them, they roll solo. They're not used to being on a team or whatever, right? So you kind of see that that change in the dynamic where they go from like hating each other and fighting, like literally fighting each other, to like actually working together as a team and all that stuff. And so it was cool. It was a lot of great elements, a lot of good fight sequences, and a lot of action, explosions, and the Hulk, man. I don't mean to come back to this dude, but yo, the Hulk was fucking shit up, man. Like, seriously, like bananas. But yeah, I really did enjoy the film. I really liked it. I encourage anyone to go out and watch it. I'm thinking of watching it again because I would not mind watching that shit again for sure. What else was I gonna say about it? Oh yeah, you don't necessarily have to watch it in 3D. I watched it in 3D, and you could watch it. You could watch it the regular way. I don't know what it's called, the regular way, but you could watch it like normally, and it'll still serve its purpose. It'll still do justice or whatever. But 3D, it didn't really make much of a difference. Like, there was a couple cool elements that came at you, and like when the hovercrafts were flying over the city and stuff like that, it looked like it came over your head and shit. But aside from that, you can still enjoy the movie without paying the extra $2 to go see it in 3D or IMAX or whatever like that. But yeah, cool, solid film, and I'm excited to see what they do with the sequel, which I heard is coming out in 2 years, 2 years from now. So it's interesting. Also, stay to the ending of the credits. If most of you guys are familiar with the Marvel format, you know that you're supposed to stay at the end of all the credits, and there's little Easter eggs at the end of them. It's not really anything epic or whatever like that. Like, they kind of they I think they have two Easter eggs. Like, one is like right before the crawling credits, which kind of reveals something that will happen in a sequel. But then they have like another one at the end of the crawling credits, where it's like it's not really anything major or whatever like that. So if you walked out, if you missed it, it's not that big. It's funny because it's related to what happened near the end of the battle, or at the end of the actually, I don't want to ruin it. Spoilers, whatever. But anyway, go see the Avengers. It was dope. I loved it. I'm hoping that Batman can top this shit, but if not, then I can understand why. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought, if you guys enjoyed it. Yo, they killed off an awesome character. That's the only thing I was pissed off about in the entire movie. I loved him. I loved the movie, but they killed off a wicked character, and I might have just spoiled it for you guys, but fuck, man. I was pissed off when that happened. Fucking Loki, man. Loki didn't get killed, but like, he killed a important character. Anyway, I'm running out of time, so I gotta go. But anyway, peace, and I'm out.